Spun a little bit when you did
Hi.
that.
Hi, everybody. It's Christine O'Keefe here with a new installment of the Ladies of the Lanai. It's just half of the Ladies of the Lanai. Tina is off again doing a different installment, and I have something completely new for you guys. Everybody seems to really like Ask a Villager, but today we're doing Ask a Villager's Kid. That's my kid. So would you introduce yourself, tell everybody your name, who you are, and all that good stuff?
Okay, so my name is Daria. I'm Christine's middle daughter. She has three. I am almost 32 years old. I think age will help, right?
Yeah.
Almost 32 years old. I was born and raised right outside of Boston, Mass. So I come from this time of year, a cold area. I still live up there, about a half hour north of Boston now. So I come down here in the wintertime now to see my mom when it's warm.
Awesome, very good. So I'm going to ask Daria some rapid fire questions with a little bit of a twist. So it's from a millennial or villager kid perspective. So Daria, what did you think think back to when your mom first told you that she was going to be moving to the villages? What did you think right off the bat before you came?
Are you allowed to swear?
Gentle.
Gentle. I thought that you were that crazy. Delusional. I mean, look at my mom. She doesn't look like she is at retirement age. So I was like, what do you mean you're moving down to a retirement community? That's ridiculous. And I just thought it was so out of character for her. And my sisters and I were all on the same page. We were just like, this is weird.
Because you thought we were going to an old age place, basically?
Yeah, and I just didn't like see you doing this, and this is across the country technically for us, so we were like, why are you leaving us to go here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it took you a while to come visit, even though like we were back and forth. We weren't like full time right away, but we were back and forth, and then we were full time for about 2 years now. Took you a while to come, and when you finally did come, what were your observations?
Oh, sure. Well, I think a lot of people can relate that I was a first grade teacher for the past couple of years. So for me, I wasn't going to take my vacations to come down here. I thought that was a little like, if I'm going to buy a plane ticket, I'm probably not going to go to the villages. And that went on for, like you said, 2 to 3 years. And she got us to come down here for Christmas. And when we finally did, we were just blown away. We didn't realize that it was going to be so beautiful and there would be so many activities. It seemed exactly like what I thought it would be, like Pleasantville. But there's like more of a magical energy. It's not you know you're in a bubble, but it's not a weird bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the overall feeling for me the first time I came down here was, wow, I could see why my mom is so happy. That's like the overall sensation.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Yeah, definitely. And what are some of the best things that you picked up from being here? And then maybe some of if there's any not so best things.
The best thing is riding around on a golf cart all the time.
Yeah, so let's hold off on that for a minute.
Okay.
When I first told you, and we get to ride everywhere in a golf cart.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
So, and now what do you think?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm not even somebody that likes being in like a car with the windows down because I hate when my hair is all over the place, but it's different in a golf cart. It's just relaxing. You can feel the breeze, the fresh air. You get to see everything around you.
Yeah.
It takes longer to get places, but that doesn't matter here.
Yeah, it's part of the slowing down of your day is like not, it doesn't matter if it takes a half hour, 45 minutes. Back home, a half hour, 45 minutes meant like one thing.
Yeah, and when I go home now, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to go in the car.
Yeah, especially if it's a half hour, 45 minutes.
Even if it's around the corner, I'm like, oh, we should have golf cart.
And the other day, we were going to a restaurant that was out of the bubble. And you didn't know yet, so your question was, can we take the golf cart? And the answer was,
yeah,
no.
And I was like, But other things that I really like besides the golf cart is I love the accessibility. Like there's things everywhere. It's not like there's just a rec center in your neighborhood. Like there's rec centers in every neighborhood. So you don't have to just go to one or just go to one pickleball court. There's many. Same with the pool. I love that. And I think my favorite part, you'll probably get to this too, but my absolute favorite part is that there's live music every night. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And many different opportunities to catch live music.
Yeah.
4 different venues, many restaurants. Edna's would be like a 5th venue where you can catch music. And last night, we even caught music
At Lake Sumner.
at a driveway party.
Oh, and
Yeah,
that,
like
the
so-
driveway party
so-
before,
so
yeah,
a lot
there
of
was a
live-
DJ at a driveway party.
a
It
lot of
was so
live music.
fun. I think, hold on, can we take ladies of the Lanai, can we take a intermission and just introduce the dog?
Yeah, we need to introduce the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
She
ahead.
started on Mimi's lap.
Did
This
you
is
start?
Rue, this is my dog.
Yeah, it's my grand dog.
She started on Mimi's lap and then she came over to me when she smelled my chapstick.
Yeah,
But she loves it here too.
she does. She loves the golf cart.
Golf cart?
Everybody, first she didn't know what it was either. Everyone's
No.
like, "Want to go on the golf cart?" She'd be like,
And
"Yeah."
we can't say it when we're at home.
No,
Back in Boston, we
because
can't say it
there's
because
no
she
chance.
gets so excited.
Yeah.
All right, back to it.
And so some of the best things you just mentioned. Anything maybe not so best.
Not so best?
Mm.
Well, I don't really know.
Mhm.
Do you know something? Do you remember something that I'm not?
Perhaps like the Pleasantville aspect, the cookie cutter aspect.
I'm not that turned off by that, to be
Yeah.
honest. I know that like people my age might be because that's like a trend that people are getting away from, and authenticity and character is more important these days. But I'm not so turned off by that. I think that's actually beautiful to
Mhm.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you go, like you've explained to me, but when you go to the more northern villages and it's more lush there and overgrown, it doesn't look so Pleasantville-y
Yeah.
or cookie
So
cuttery.
it doesn't bother you. It's all
No.
yeah.
I think it's
They do a good
part
job.
of the aesthetic here.
Yeah, it's part of the aesthetic, absolutely. Part of the keeping of everything sort of beautiful and pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
within that bubble energy, because if it weren't like that, then you wouldn't feel that community wholeness, I don't think.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Really good point. Interesting. Have you taken any day trips here? And if you have, what were, some of your top day trips?
Sure. So just the other day, we went to Silver Springs, and I believe that's my favorite day trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was about like maybe a 50-minute drive from the villages and in the car. But it was totally worth it, and it was this beautiful spring that kind of looped into a circle, and it was nothing like you would see up on the where I live in the Northeast. There were beautiful mangroves everywhere, and the trees were overgrown above you, and the water was crystal clear, and there was some wildlife in the water. We got to see a mom manatee with a 5-day-old baby manatee.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Clear as day in the water,
Mhm.
and it was a sunny day, so the water was like crystalline,
Yeah, sparkling,
sparkling,
crystally. It was absolutely beautiful.
and totally affordable. I think a lot of people come here and they probably want to take the opportunity to go to Disney because you have, a home here that's not as expensive as getting a hotel in Disney or whatever it may be. But this was way more affordable than that.
Yeah,
And it was a good day trip.
it was a great
Pack a
day trip.
picnic,
Yeah, we wish
some
we
drinks.
spent the whole day
Mhm.
instead of like half a day or a quarter of a day, because you could easily, get in a canoe or kayak or stand-up paddleboard, and you could easily just
Multiple modalities, yeah.
meander or glass bottom canoe
Yeah.
and
a tour
meander
guide.
through with or without a tour guide,
Mhm.
either way, meander through the different pathways that the springs went.
Yeah, it was
And
gorgeous.
just get lost, and you'd be happy just sitting there and not doing anything.
I'm gonna show a picture. Is that okay?
Show a picture.
Show a picture.
Absolutely.
Can I add on to that though? I would say my second favorite day trip, which again is affordable and total Floridian experience, is Gatorland. My wife is a total alligator fanatic and she's always wanted to go to Gatorland. So when we came here for the first time, that was the day trip that we did. And that was just as cool.
In a whole different way, very unexpected. It wasn't like, you think you'd come to Central Florida, you think Disney and SeaWorld and Epcot and all that stuff, which is everything is all very beautiful and very coiffed and perfect, if you will. But this Gatorland was also kind of rustic in a way,
Extremely
kinda
authentic.
natural, extremely authentic, and I guess this is the
Go
only way
close
to
with
do it.
that. Yeah, just go close to the camera. So that was Silver Springs.
And that is no filter.
No filter,
And
yeah,
you
it
can
was
see pinks and
gorgeous.
blues and greens and turquoises and the crystally look. It was really wonderful. And Central Florida is home to many, many
Springs.
spring-fed waterways that the water is so crystal clear like that. But that's one of the most accessible ones for us where we live here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So great, 2 good day trips there. So I'm going to ask you about activities here in the villages. What was your favorite chill activity?
My favorite chill activity would be playing bocce.
Chill?
That was kind of chill,
It
right?
is chill, yeah, it is chill.
Yeah. The first time we came down, we went and played, and then we played again the second time. And I think like knowing how to play a little bit more, I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. And it's a total relaxing game.
It's very relaxing,
Yeah.
it's fun,
Yeah.
anybody can play.
Anybody can
I
play, yeah.
mean, both you and Ally are both kind of athletic, so you think, oh, this is like grandma's sport, but no,
No.
it's just fun.
Yeah.
You just slow down.
And learning something new together, yeah.
Yeah. And in the villages, do you have a favorite active activity, like something more busy?
I learned how to play pickleball here as well. That was fun. There's a lot of beautiful paths that go like behind the homes and more towards the trees and such. So going for a walk, putting on my headphones, listening to a podcast or a run, I liked that too. Yeah.
And is there anything new that you learned how to do here that you didn't know how to do before?
Both the things I just said, the
Yeah.
pickleball and bocce, but I also learned how to play collaboratively with boomers. I went to an event that was supposed to be my dad's ticket the other day, but my mom took me, and what was it? Not an escape room.
It was a virtual escape room
Virtual escape
where we had to solve puzzles that were pretty hard.
Yeah. And I know how to work collaboratively with people my own age and teachers, but this was different. I was running
Yeah, she was the
against
runner.
these people.
She was the runner. She was well, we were all 6 of us were puzzle solvers.
Yeah.
5 of us villagers and 1 guest.
I was the
And
only guest in the whole place.
I think so,
Yeah.
from what I could tell, the only young guest. So once you solved the puzzle, somebody had to go up to the person at the front of the room and, submit their answer. We were
And
at
run back.
the back of the room, so we deserved a runner.
Yeah.
If
Yeah. You got one.
We did, and we came in second place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What else? Like speaking for me, what else have I really enjoyed here?
Really
or learned how to do?
learned how to do.
Relaxing. I
Um,
think you had ideas of what I was gonna say, but I
well,
might have said something different.
no, pickleball was something you learned. I mean, you never really had any kind of interest in golf, and you learned a little bit about pitch and putt.
Yes, that's true. Before you moved down here, when you lived up in Rhode Island, you did beg me to play golf with you, and I was totally against it. But the pitch and putt course was really fun and cute to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, pitch and putt makes it accessible to non-golfers, somebody who's never swung or anything. You could play it.
Yeah.
Because you could see the green. You knew exactly where you had to go. It wasn't that far away.
And it's
You
a
knew
cute
you'd
little
get
course.
there.
It's not intimidating.
Yeah, and it's 18 holes, so it's a good walk anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun. And recommendations for other millennials, kids, adult children who come to visit. If you've never come to visit, or if you are a resident and you're expecting your kids to come, recommendations for them, things to do.
Sure. So for children, just come down here. First of all, it's gonna make your parents so happy. Just get it over with, bite the bullet, and buy the plane ticket and come down here. Give yourself a couple days, not like a turnaround 2-day, 3-day trip. Give yourself like 4, 5, 6, 2 weeks if you really want to be coddled like me. And then parents, just bring them all around the villages, you know, like seeing your parents light up and doing the activities that they've been doing. You're really gonna get yourself enthralled in the experience. Take them to the closest live music. It's so fun just taking a golf cart 5 minutes for live music, and you like them, you stay. You don't like them, you go somewhere else. Love Sawgrass. Take your kids to Sawgrass. The pool. Take your kids to the pool. Show them around the rec centers, and just, yeah, throw them into the life here.
Don't be afraid to throw them in. Yeah. Ian, the final question is, what was, you alluded to several things that were new to you, or what was the one biggest surprise that you didn't expect?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Everything.
Everything. How nice people are down here. First couple days that I came here the first time, I got the sensation that like, it was like, just like high school maybe, or the small town that we grew up in. And I was like, is that lady being real with you? And you were like, yeah, Daria, everybody's really nice here. Everybody's here for the same reason and with similar goals, and everybody is super, super nice. And I will add one more thing, which I talked about on my podcast, which I feel like is important to say here as well, is that it's really fun to people watch here. Like you go to a public place and you sit down, whether you're listening to music or having a drink, because you can just drink openly here. It's really fun to just people watch because everybody is from everywhere else. You're going to meet people from out of the country, out of the continent. Like it's very, very cool who you're going to meet here and what you're going to see and how everybody else interacts with each other, but it's not in a judgmental way.
No.
You don't feel like people are giving you the hairy eyeball, or like if somebody comes up to introduce themselves, what's your name, where are you from? Like it's just really pleasant here and genuine. People are very genuine.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if your house the ticket price was in the 200,000s or if it was 2 million or more. Everybody kind of for the most part commingles and doesn't even really ask. They rarely even ask, what did you do? Like you don't know if the person was a doctor or a janitor, because people have shed all that by and large.
I love that.
Yeah. So, speaking of the podcast, we're going to give a little plug for my daughter's podcast if you're interested in listening. It's called, why don't you tell them so we get it correctly? I think, Let's Be Honest.
Yeah, so when I decided to leave teaching, I started a podcast, and I talk a lot about self-improvement and leaving teaching and relationships and all such, but it's called Let's Be Honest with Daria Cooper. And I also talk a little bit about my village's experiences here, because I could not find a single loofah my first time. So I had to report it to the podcast.
Yeah, because everyone was expecting that you were going to get like somehow scooped up by the loofah culture.
It's just kind of like clickbait, and maybe that is a thing, but that's how it is everywhere. So, yeah.
We've not had the pleasure, as Melinda Mantel says, we've not had the pleasure of saying no.
No, we haven't. No. So if you're my age and you want to hear more about the villages from my perspective, you can listen to the podcast.
Yeah, she gets more into it there. So if everybody, we are finally out on the Lanai. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. And on this rainy day, and I want to say thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed the content, Tina and I would really love it if you'd like and subscribe, especially because it really helps us to keep everything going, keep good content for you. Well, so thanks a lot. And
wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
And share this.
Share it.
Share this with your child.
Share
it on social media.
Yeah,
if you look underneath the video on YouTube, there is a share button. It's usually an arrow. You could share it through Messenger. You could share it through Facebook Messenger. You could share it through email. There's so many ways to share this video and all the other ones too.
Thanks for the tip.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you on the Lanai.
Bye.
Bye.